One type of hug that wasn't mentioned in the social media campaign was one that symbolizes forgiveness, which is a little bit more aligned with what the song's about. A hug was actually inspired many years ago watching a dear friend after conflict get eaten up by the acids of self-imposed resentment, just holding on to all that anger where, anger only bred more anger, which created more hurt, and even way beyond the actual triggered event. And that cycle eventually formed this hard protective coating where, no more feeling meant no more hurt, but it also meant no more love, no more light. When the cost of holding on to something is at the expense of your own peace and affects all of your experiences, that's probably a cue to investigate. So why resist? Why hold on to all that anger? When you're sitting in traffic and you're thinking about that moment, you're feeling all this negativity in your body. They're not feeling it, you're feeling it. Holding on to a grudge for some is like a sign of self-respect. And for others, it might be a way to punish the offender, because the idea of forgiveness is like letting them off the hook. And it's something that you do in order to free them, but really forgiveness is about freeing yourself. The first step being acknowledgement and just facing the cold-hearted truth. It's happened, in order to accept and surrender and even identify the wounds and feel them to see how much of yourself is still tied to the situation. And forgiveness, using tools like empathy, the last type of tool you'd want to use, understanding, and love, so that you can neutralize and eventually fully dissolve the emotional link. And remember, it's not for them, it's for you. And with time, I watched their radiance return until it got to a point where no longer were they weighed down by the past. Watching them go through that process taught me a lot. It showed me how much energy it takes to hold on to something and how damaging resentment and anger can be, how many areas of life it can corrupt, and how, the way in which you digest an experience will ultimately affect the moments to come. And it also helped me to understand what forgiveness actually is and why it's such a powerful and liberating act. Better the back of your head than the front of a lie. All my hugs come from behind, no matter how many times you walk away from the crime. All my hugs come from behind. I've made my peace with it.